Hey everybody, it's Amy in Minnesota with Creative Gardenscapes. So the rain continues. There's just nothing we can do about it. It's just raining. It's still raining. It rained 100% downpoured yesterday. It's raining today. It's going to be cloudy. It's cold outside, and so I resorted, gosh, in the pouring rain last night to going out back and getting some of my annuals, especially the tender plants, and bringing them up into the house, into the garage, and putting a fan on them and setting some heaters up. Hoping to dry them out a little bit. So this is the first time I've been out here actually today to check everything out. Everything's still soaking wet. These plants just need some good sunshine. So I've got the house plants that are in here all through there, and a lot of shade stuff. You know, I'm really worried about the begonias, because I've known sometimes in the past, if you plant a begonia in a pot and you plant it especially too deep, I have found that the tuber begonias will rot, you know, from the bottom and just boop, fall off. And so I was really concerned about that, and I do have a lot of them in here. And I have coleus in here, but I've got tons. Look at all the begonias I've got back there. Begonias, 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 you know. And then the other thing that I was concerned about was all of these impatiens back here that, you know, I was really concerned about the cold and all the wet. And then they're already, you know, nice and tall, and they're getting a little bit leggy, which I can't stand. They need to get a home so they can start growing a little bit. I might end up having to cut those back by half just so they can sprout some new growth. So anyways, so today I'm going to go pick up a truck, like a big U-Haul truck, because not everything will fit in my trailer, and we are going up to Alexandria, Minnesota to plant one of my favorite clients. Shout out to you. They're all my favorite, but they have a farm up in Alexandria, and he grows the big stuff. Like he's growing wine and hops, you know, to make like wine and beer. And so then I come up and I do all of the flowers and the pots and everything around their farm. Did a major renovation up there 2 years ago, and it's still a work in progress. So that's where we're headed up tomorrow. And I looked outside the backyard, and one of my tables with all my flowers on them tipped over, and my plywood is now on top of all of my flowers. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I can't remember what was on that table, but it got flattened, just flattened. It's like flattened. All of those flats that were sitting on that big old table, just, I don't know what happened. We got a gust of wind or something with all that rain, and it just took out that table. So a little concerned about that. I'm just hoping and praying I don't lose any inventory whatsoever with this stuff. I'm going to do the best I can. And that's it. Hey, don't you guys like this little, I just set these topiaries along these mandevilla vines. I want to show you how cute that is. I mean, it's not planted or anything like that, but isn't that kind of sweet? Like a little Victorian area. I'm going to try to incorporate that up at the farm using some topiaries and those sweet little pink mandevilla vines. Anyways, I'm trying some new product this year that so far I'm not too happy with, although they're still sitting in containers. I'm just not so sure about. I'll talk more about those later. Sometimes you just got to think out of the box and try different things. So anyways, I think I'm going to start them on my property and see what happens with them this year. And so, yes, so I'm going to go get my truck. I did have my sister-in-law, shout out to you, Mary, who is also a gardener, master gardener, and she went to a nursery the other day for me, and we got tons more coming of stuff that I could not get from the original person that I ordered from this year. So she's a trooper, and she went up and got a ton of stuff for me. So it'll be fun to go to her house. After I get the big truck, I'm going to go down and get that product. She lives about 45 minutes away. And then we're going to come home, and we're going to sort all this stuff, and we're going to load for Jay, I'll just say, Miss J, up at the farm. I've got perennials that are sitting outside on a ginormous square rack, still wrapped with its plastic. And there's about 230 perennials on there, and I have to sort through that. It's still raining, but I got to get those perennials out because we're doing a mix of annuals and perennials. She wants to perennialize more of the farm instead of utilizing so many annuals, which I totally understand. And this year she found, she has a gardener that's going to actually go and weed and keep up and deadhead and do all of the things that I can't do in the heat of the summer and when I'm like just going like a mad woman. So, that's a beautiful thing. She's blessed, I'm blessed, everybody's blessed because she's got that individual to keep her farm looking pretty after we plant. So that's my little tale for the day, and I'll keep you posted on the next adventure that comes up. There's always something. Bye.